How are we doing today, guys? I'm doing pretty well. We're getting some snow here in New England today. Yeah, today we're going to talk about the biggest misconceptions in sync licensing. So this is especially a good video to watch if you're a beginner to sync or if you're looking to get into sync. So let's jump right in. Misconception number one about sync licensing. People think that one placement is going to start to pay them thousands of dollars right out the gate. Most likely, in almost all cases, this is not true. Unless you land a trailer or commercial or Super Bowl placement or something, you're not going to make thousands from one placement. You might get between basically pennies and $100 or $200 is the vast majority of placements. You might get pennies, $40, 100, whatever, 10. It all depends on how long the usage is and many other factors. All right. Misconception number two about sync licensing. Music libraries will tell you when you get a placement. This is not something that most music libraries do. Maybe if it was a really big one, they might tell you, but their job is to pitch the music to people, and they might get dozens of placements a day. They're not going to tell every single composer, like, oh, we put your stuff in this and this and this. No. Your best bet is to track your music on TuneSat, which is a free website. It tracks your music, and you can at least listen to the placements that you've had on TV on certain channels. So yeah, they're not going to tell you when you get a placement. You will have to do that work. They're too busy, and they might not even know about them all before it airs as well. Okay, number three, here's a big one. Nobody is going to hand you connections. You have to do your own research in order to make connections in this business. Everybody always jumps in on these Facebook forums and everything saying like, well, what's the best music library for getting placements or whatever? You think somebody is going to give away their hard-earned connections? People doing that would just invite competition to the libraries that they're working with, and it might water down how much they can work with them. So people like me, I don't give away connections to libraries or sync agents or anything like that. You have to do your own research. That's the only way you build up connections over time. It's just how it goes. So you have to look for yourself. Another thing too is like I see on these Facebook forums like, are there any music supervisors here who are looking for hip-hop music for their shows or something? Facebook forums is not where they go to find music. They're not just like sitting there on the forum hoping that one day somebody's going to suggest some music for them to listen to. Oh, they work with libraries and sync agents and whatnot. Sometimes you can reach out directly to music supervisors if you do your research to find the right ones. They're not going to pop up and just give you everything. Misconception number four, you'll be listed in the TV show credits. So unless you score an entire episode of a show, they're not going to mention you in the credits. Usually they'll just list like which music library or music libraries they sourced the music from. They may or may not even do that. If there is like a composer who writes the show music, they'll be listed. But if you're just having like additional music, which is background stuff in like a reality TV show, yeah, they're not going to list you. They're not looking up at who wrote every single track. And along the same lines, I think you should keep track of your own credits on IMDb. You can pay for an IMDb membership, but it's free to list yourself as a composer, but you can't customize your profile unless you have the paid version. I still have the free version. I might eventually pay for the other one. We'll see. I keep track of it on my own website and stuff too, because not everything is on IMDb, not every episode of every show or whatever. Okay, misconception number five. Your band or artist music likely won't get regular placements. Most placements on TV are music that's written specifically for sync, and most of it is also instrumental. There are some shows, like scripted shows, that use vocal music for certain scenes or whatever, but 95 or more percentage of placements, I would say, are instrumental, because it's usually dialogue on top of it. Maybe in a commercial, they might have a vocal song. Your artist music is kind of like, you'll put it somewhere and hope that one day it gets used, which is what a lot of people are afraid of for exclusive libraries. They think like, oh, what if they publish it and it never gets placed anywhere? Then it's tied up with that library. While that is a legitimate concern, most of these libraries that I work with, the exclusive ones, get a lot of placements regularly, whereas artist music, it's like a diamond in the rough. They have to be looking for that specific style, that kind of the vocals, everything that they're looking for has to line up with who you are as an artist. So it's rare. It's not unheard of to get placements of that stuff. And some of it is done through sync agents and music supervisors more so than music libraries. So I did an instrumental, like guitar kind of virtuoso type album a while back. And from that, I've had like 4 placements of, it's my artist music, but it is instrumental for that stuff. So I've had some placements in Ireland with that same show, 4 episodes of it. So it's possible to do it, but you're not going to get regular income, I don't think, from that. Number 6 misconception about sync is that X amount of tracks will earn you X amount of dollars per year. There's so many variables and factors. That's just not true. You do need a big catalog to make a living if you were going to make a living from it. But it's not like a magic number. 1,000 tracks or 2,000 tracks will get you, $100,000 a year or something. Quality over quantity is what I always say. And you do need a big catalog. That's just how it goes. And a lot of people are hobbyists, and there's nothing wrong with that. And misconception number 7 is that it's easy to go full-time with sync licensing. It's not easy. It takes a while. A lot of people don't even make a living from it for like a decade. A lot of people don't make a living from it ever. It depends how invested you are into it. Don't quit your day job until you reach a point where you're getting a salary that's enough. And it also can fluctuate. I'm just making up numbers here, but you might make like $80,000 one year, then the next year maybe make $65,000. This is pretty big numbers too for somebody who hasn't been in it for like a decade. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but yeah, it's not easy to go full time with this. And maybe like 1 to 3% of people who do this stuff can make a living from it and do make a living from it. If you're writing like trailers, you land a trailer a year or 2, then yeah, that's pretty good. A lot of it's luck. Trailers, commercials, Super Bowl, etc. Those are the things that make it, a lot better for you to be able to go full time. I wanted to make this video because so many people ask the same questions all the time, and there's just a lot of information that people don't have, and this video I hope helps you guys understand more the logistics of the business. It'll show you more realistic outcomes. If you're writing 20 tracks a year or something, nobody's going to go full time doing that. You got to make, I think, at least like 50 or 75 or 100 tracks per year if you can. I don't count anymore. I stay focused and I keep writing and stuff, but on good years I've had over 100 tracks, and it pays off. It's a slow build, but if you stay focused with it and you write good stuff and you get it into good libraries and you get it on good shows and good placements and everything, you'll do all right. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what you want me to do next. We'll see you in the next video.